Oh, hey, what's up, gang? Christian here. We're going to get started here in just a little bit, 5 o'clock to be exact. So welcome. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Whatever it is that you like to classify it as. So this is the midweek edition with me, Christian Fraser, one of the teachers here at Space. I'm actually in studio today. So I'd been missing this place, and I asked Monica if I could come over here and teach, guiltily, for my own personal reasons. But also, I thought, there's this chance that some of y'all have been watching us online and have never been in studio. So I kind of wanted to give you a tour around really quick while I'm getting everything set up. Got these beautiful bay windows that overlook Somerville, Augusta. Great view, great atmosphere. Got this area over here for your shoes. Boom, made it happen. This is typically where you would get checked in. We also have a cooler, which is just now full of waters, but oftentimes it's full of kombucha or fresh pressed juice. Got some great little sayings. This is one of my favorites. And if you ever do get to make it over here, they are in sticker form. Some pretty flowers blooming for spring here in Augusta, the Garden City. Something that you can't really participate in online, but I encourage you to seek it out if you ever get the opportunity, is aerial yoga. Super fun. But please, if you live in Augusta, or if you're ever going to be here for business or travel, come check out the studio at Space Yoga Studio on Central and Montesano Avenues. So you got a couple minutes, get your space ready, and we're going to get started here, like I said, about 5-ish. What I need to do now is get up the other device set up, because we're going to be streaming out across multiple channels. And you're going to see me, making sure that everything I do is visible, back here on my mat. So if you have a block or yoga blocks and you feel like you need those for modifications, go ahead and grab them. When we get to a spot where it's relevant or it makes sense to introduce those, I'll give some cues for that. So it's good to see y'all. We're going to go in here in just a second. Oh, yeah. Truthfully, I've been missing this mat as well. This is Monica's personal mat, or it's referred to as the studio mat. Stupid quarantine. I know what I forgot. All right, we are just about to get started. So thanks for hanging with me. And just got a couple more minutes and we're going to get going. I'm going to get the other bend over, touch toes. We are going to start in the seated position. Hello, how's everybody doing today? Looks super bright. That's exciting. I'm assuming it's just because I'm in front of this giant window. And I'll return to normal color here in a second when I back up. So, hey, welcome. My name's Christian. I'm one of the teachers here at Space Yoga Studio. It's Wednesday, and hey, people, I see y'all joining. We're about to get practice started here in just a couple of moments. So go ahead and get your mat out if you don't have it already. If you want to turn on some music in the background, it's completely up to you. I'm here in the studio today. I've been missing this place, so I just felt like teaching here. For those of y'all who have never been here before, come check it out when, you know, all of this is over. What are we on, like day 473 of quarantine now? But I'm glad you're here. So this is going to be a kind of a power slow flow class today. I've joked about this before, and if you ever come into studio, they say that I practice in molasses. I have a molasses practice, and it's because I like to hold positions for a really long time, usually upwards of like 4 breaths. So that's what we're doing today. So cool. It's good to have y'all. I'm going to back up. I'm going to get on my mat. We're going to start in the seated position. And yeah, this will last about 45 minutes. If you feel compelled to afterwards, you can go to spaceyogastudio.com. And once you do, under there, there's a Project Create Space donation link that'll allow you to give to the nonprofit portion of the studio. You don't have to, just throwing it out there. It helps to take yoga into underserved populations like hospitals, the VA, treatment centers, the Men's Transitional Center here in Augusta. So yeah, that's my pitch. Happy hump day. Let's get going. Let's do some yogas. All right, make sure you can see me standing over here. You can't see me on the ground very much. Yeah, that looks good. It looks good now, except I'm about to take these glasses off, and I won't be able to see anything. It's okay, I don't need to be able to see you. You just need to be able to see me. Like I mentioned, we're going to start seated, easy pose. That's literally crisscross applesauce. If you're a 5-year-old sometimes like me, for the zip. Wednesday at 5 p.m. But listen, hopefully that means that you're watching that for most of you, your day's over. And now it's yoga time. And after that, it'll be dinner time. Then it'll be dessert time and watch your favorite show time. For me, I will leave here and I got to go run a couple of miles. So I'm kind of doing this in reverse order, or maybe I'm not. Maybe I should be stretching before I run and then stretching again. So there's my little motivational talk for myself. But here we are in easy pose. Once again, if you've just popped on, thank you for joining. My name is Christian. It's a pleasure to be able to lead you in this practice today. This is brought to you by Space Yoga Studio and the owner, Monica Acosta. Thank you for being here. I want you to just close your eyes. We're going to do a quick body scan, starting with the crown region of our head. And just begin to take notice of how you feel, how your body feels. Scanning all the way down through our head, into our neck. We can soften all the features in our face. We can release any tension in our jaw. You can start to swing that neck right to left, kind of loosey-goosey style. Beginning to deepen your breath as we continue past the neck into the shoulders. Just noticing if we're holding any tension there. A lot of you have probably been working from home, or maybe you haven't. Maybe you are one of those folks who has to continue to go to work, and that in and of itself is equally as stressful. Where are you holding that tension? Going past those shoulders, into those upper arms, beginning to soften there, into those lower arms, bringing our attention into our core, making sure that we're sitting up nice and tall and straight. Checking to see how our wrists and our hands feel. Are we making fists inadvertently? Releasing those. You can roll those wrists around a little bit. Taking our attention now into our waist and our hips region. Just kind of noticing how those feel. If you're a person that has to sit a lot during the day, or On the other side of the spectrum, if you do a lot of moving around, either way, those areas could be very tight for you. Maybe they require a little bit this afternoon from you. Taking that attention now into our thighs, and quads, and our hamstrings. I don't know if that ambulance showing up while I was talking about my hamstrings was literally a sign of distress, but I'm just kidding. Running that attention now into our knees, down into our lower legs, into those shins and calves. Finally into our ankle joints and into our feet. Into those toes. Here they don't get as much love as they need. But now that we've kind of given ourselves that little once-over glance, determining what specific area needs your attention today. And then making the intention to give yourself what you need in these next 40 minutes. Hopefully by this time, you're now breathing very evenly and normally. You can go ahead and open your eyes. And on that next big breath in through the nose, we're going to raise those arms overhead. Just creating some length and some space in the side bodies. Exhaling, floating those arms down. One more time, big breath in. Arms go up. Still sitting up nice and tall. Floating those arms down on that exhale. One more time, big breath in, arms go up. This time as we exhale, we're going to twist down to the right, bringing that left hand to that right knee, that right arm behind us. Sitting up nice and tall still. I'm not leaning into this back right arm. I'm just using it as a kickstand. And that twist is generated from my core. You can take your gaze out over that right shoulder. Then we're going to untwist. Arms coming back up overhead. And then we're going to twist out to that opposite side. Untwisting one more time. Arms come back up overhead one more time. And then down through heart center. Turn back around for y'all. We can bring these legs out in front of us into our staff pose. Sitting up nice and tall. Okay. We're going to hinge at the hips and just reach out for those toes. So walk those hands down those legs. Reach for those toes. You can also grab onto the blade edges of the feet here. You want to anchor yourself a little bit more deeply. You can only get to the ankles. That's fine. Meet yourself where you're at today. You can get your head on your knees. You're a better person than me. We're just trying to get everything warmed up for what we're going to do here in a little bit. Rising back up to just anchor you in place. But I don't want you to use that grip on those feet to wrench yourself down. I just wanted to help you drop that chest towards the arches. Rising back up. We're just gonna swing these legs behind us until we're in a kneeling position. Sitting back on those heels. If this is uncomfortable, and so this is what I mean, just sitting back on those heels, right? Still nice and tall and straight in terms of the spine, so straight up and down. If this is uncomfortable, you can come to this high kneeling position, that's fine. We're really just trying to collapse onto them a little bit to open up those ankle joint areas. You'll see what I mean because we're going to do this into those right fingertips and flexing back. Flipping that hand over, pressure on top of the hand now, and flexing that hand down, palm facing you. Switching arms, left hand, left palm facing the opposite wall, flexing back on those left fingers. So we're just creating some space underneath here now. Flipping that hand over, gentle pressure on the top of the hand. It should not be painful. So what I mean by gentle pressure is, you know your body. You can feel when everything begins to get engaged. This shouldn't hurt, but it should create what we refer to as a working edge. And then just rolling those wrists out. Opposite directions, right? We're just going to get them warmed up because we're about to ask a lot of them. But before we do, and you can alternate, coming up, going back down on those ankles. We're going to take our right ear towards our right shoulder to loosen up some of that tension in that particular area. Rolling that head forward, chin to chest. Left ear to left shoulder. I'm just going back through those stations in reverse real quick. All right, hopefully that feels better. That's, listen, you don't have to wait for your yoga practice to do that. If you're a person that sits at a desk all day, you can do that anytime you want. I actually encourage you to. You can do the same thing with your work chair in terms of the twisting around and kind of anchoring yourself, right? Just to kind of free up some space in that mid-body area. It'll help release some of that tension in the back, right? So I'm just making my way around. I know I'll move around a bunch to make sure that the camera angles work for y'all, but we are making our way now onto all fours. So you can turn on your mat in a way that still allows you to see you. But we're here on all fours. So our hands and our elbows are stacked directly beneath our shoulders. Hands are spread out nice and wide for a good solid base. Knees are stacked below our hips and the tops of our feet are planted into our mat. We're going to go, our knees are also, you can't see, but hips distance apart. So we're going to go through several of our cat-cows. These are pretty commonly known yoga movements. The ones you're most likely to hear about if someone's having a conversation about yoga. So it's going to work with our breath. As we breathe in, we're going to dip that navel, that belly button towards the mat, and it's going to force our hips to roll back. And we're going to tilt our head back as well. And that'll give us a little swoop in our back, and that's our cow posture. So big breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to pull that navel up nice and tight to our spine, pushing away out of our palms of our hands and chin to chest. That'll create an opposite effect in our back now. So we're creating space between those discs. This is our cat posture. Looks like that Halloween cat. I think, because I've been all black today. Just kidding, don't mind me. Breathing in. And then breathing out. Breathing in. I like to encourage people to get in that rhythm of breathing in through the nose and audibly out through the mouth. Our bodies work like that air filter in your car. So, good air in, bad air out. You can go through about one more of those each on your own, and then meet me at this nice tabletop back posture. Give you just a second to do that. All right, so from here, I'm up towards the top of my mat, about one hand length off of it actually. And I do that just to make sure that I have enough room to stay on it when I go back. Depending on height, you may not need to do that. I'm like 6 feet, so I use every inch of this mat. But we are going to start with that right leg, going back to those toe points onto the ball of that foot. So now we have 3 points of contact, both hands and this left knee. I say 3, although that foot is touching the floor. Please just disregard that. But that foot is actually going to come up now, right? So now that leg is even with my spine. That foot is flexed, so toes are pointing down. My head and my vision are staying down in between my hands. That will keep my neck in line with my spine. And then you can just come back down with that foot. Okay. This time, we're going to take that leg back up and reach that opposite arm, that left arm out long in front of us. So now we're counterbalanced. Left arm out, right leg up, head is down. This is our spinal balance posture. You can bring that hand back down first, then those toes, then that knee. Then we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So going back to the toes on that left foot, really to the ball of that foot. Reaching that leg, or lifting that leg up to parallel, keeping that foot flexed. Bringing that foot back down. Now your body knows what to expect. So lifting that leg back up. Right arm goes out long in front. Coming back down, hand, toes, then knee. All right, we're going to do the same thing on both sides again. We're going to add a little bit. So watch me really quickly, and then we'll go through it together. So when we get back out to here, we're going to put a slight bend in the knee, in the elbow, reach back for that foot, and take our gaze out over the arm that is reaching back. Okay? If you can't get there, because you're still new, that's fine. Just stay in the spinal balance posture with us, and that'll be something that you can work towards. All right, so we're going to go back out to the toes on that right leg. Leg comes up, Arm goes out. Make sure that we're nice and sturdy here. And then we reach back. Releasing back into posture. And then back down, hand, toes, knee. Same thing, opposite side.